Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tina and I am so happy to be here finishing off our National Scrapbooking Day celebration. So we celebrated National Scrapbooking Day this past weekend and we did 6 pages that were so much fun to do. They were just bright and beautiful. But what happened is, bonus, right? When you got the National Scrapbooking Day workshop, you got an 8-card kit free. It was just a bonus, and here they are. And I'm here to put one together and just share some tips and tricks on how I would probably get these done the fastest for me. All right, so I would take out your 8 cards and those envelopes. I'm going to put those envelopes aside. I have done all my stamping and thin cutting. So first, in case you want to pause this video, in the prep video, it did have you make these for the cards, but you'll need 4 of the latte cups, 4 of the lemons, 2 of that gumball machine that is so cute, and 2 of the watercolor palettes and 2 brushes, and then 2 of your sentiments. You color me happy, you are the sweetest friend, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and love you a latte. All right, I'm gonna just keep my basket here of all my goodies, and I'm gonna make this card right here. Now, all of the cards, you do have a full picture of them as well. It is folded up in your kit. So if you kind of wanted to put this out, I always say my favorite thing to do when crafting is to play a game that I call decrease my pieces. So what I would probably do is separate these into piles. All of the reverse scallop ones in a pile, all of the inch one, the topper, the straight cut rectangles, and all of these. Look at all of these, each one of these being cut and then has that stitched line all the way around them for you. Someone had asked me about that and it's done for you. All right, let's grab my card that I'm gonna do, which is gonna be this one here. And I'm gonna grab the hearts. This was also something that it was done in the prep video. That little heart there, that is a thin cut that you have. So you're going to want to make sure that you grab that thin cut and cut out 8. You need 1 for each card. So 8 of those. I have a little bit of foam tape, but you can see I have done all my pieces. I have some coloring to do, but all my pieces I've cut and put in my little working basket. All right. Keep some foam tape. I am still, there's just so much bling. I am still working off of, this is what I had left over after I did the workshop and all of the scrapbook layout. So there's really a tremendous amount of bling in our new bling, and these will be available on the website later this month. We've been filling current needs, but they're $1, so they're great to add to any order. Okay, so what I would do is I would just look at the pictures and say, all right, this one gets this, flip through, this one gets this, this one gets this, this one gets this, and then I would put that aside. And then I would grab my next one and say, we're doing this here. Just the green with the red. If you want to do them just like this, they really can be made anyway. And then I would put that one aside. And then I would attach them all together at the same time. I would do all my coloring. I would just go in little order like that and work them back and forth in my basket. It's just a method that works for me. All right, so I wanted to share that with you. And then you have, yes, a bunch of cards that are half started, but you get to do the same thing again and again and again. And I just think it makes me more efficient and less likely to make a mistake. Let me grab my second cup. Each one of these has 2 cups. All right, I have some markers off to the side. I love this. Diagonals at the top and that mini dot paper at the bottom. Just going to use a little bit of liquid glue to attach these pieces. I know that they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to come loose. There we go. my piece back on top again. There we go. Okay. I don't think it matters which way the diagonals go. Sliding that into place. And the bottom piece. There we go. Now I ended up moving these around as I was making these cards. So some of them I do have higher and lower. After I found one that I liked, I just laid it next to it like this. And then I kind of started using that to line them up. But what I found was it was really hard to mess up these cards. You can see I just put one next to each other, but they're sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower. Really hard to mess up these cards. Okay. I will be adding this to the National Scrapbooking Day playlist here on the YouTube channel. And then after I get back from my vacation, I plan to remix some of the layouts that we did for National Scrapbooking Day, and I will add those as part of this playlist as well, so you can see how I opted to remix some of the layouts and add to a card or two if I have a chance to make those. This collection was fantastic. As a matter of fact, I have almost none of the Serendipity collection left. I think there is a bundle on the Creating With You website. And I only had, I don't know, one or two or something of those left. It's very popular. It's because they're bright and beautiful and they're happy. They're just happy. Okay, let's go ahead and color our little cups. So I'm going to color my cup a little darker. I'm going to go to the Alpine Green. Let's pull this out. All right, I'm going to go to the Alpine Green blend for my green cup, this green cup right here. And I'm going to just color the little stripe that kind of goes around it. Now, another thing you could do is if you want to see this colored in a different way, is make these like the brown craft cups. I'm using the medium of the Alpine Green. I'm not going to be doing a lot of shading on these. That is something that I liked, is that they didn't require a lot. All right, so that's my green cup. And one of the things you'll notice if you look at it, I have little dots, like tiny little dots around the hearts. I'm going to go ahead and just couple little dots. I thought it just added some whimsical fun to this, so that's what I did. There they are. Nothing too fancy. All right, and now this one is a lighter blue, but you can see I have a darker blue in there. I'm gonna go with, right now I have this blue turquoise blend, which is what I used the first time. I'm gonna bump this up to the blue turquoise shade, which is considerably darker, and just see if I like it. This is a great way to just kind of decide. These cards are so small, little pieces, that if you just color one and see if you like it, you can decide if you want to keep it, if you want to change your colors, but nothing goes to waste. There we go. All right. I like that. Oh, I forgot my little dots, making sure I just stay with that light. I pushed a little hard there. Very little pressure when you are adding the dots. Okay, now I noticed on this one that my thin cut was slightly off. I really do give myself a lot of grace now, and I try not to feel like things have to be perfect. I just went ahead and cut that extra little piece off. I have 3 colors here. This is the pale pink blend, and I'm going to use the medium of the pale pink blend and color one of the hearts on each of the cups. Dot, just dot, dot, dot. Not swiping my marker or anything. These are very small. My second one is pale pink shades. I'm going to use the medium one of that. You can always come back and dot it some more, but when you have really small images like this that you're trying to color, which it's a lot easier to just kind of do one little dot of color at a time to fill those in. especially if if you have a really juicy marker and it's going to spread, you're going to want that. Okay, for the dark red, you guessed it, the medium. This is the dark red blend. Same thing, just little dots. That one was just a V, just dotted down in a V on each side. And there we go. Look how cute our cups are. There we go. Didn't need a tremendous amount of coloring on these, just a little bit. I'm going to put foam tape on the blue one, and then just a little piece of foam tape on the bottom of the green. It's going to kind of hang off. All right, and then I have a Love You latte, and I'm going to want to put that on foam tape as well. I hear new product opening behind me, so I looked. Every time I hear new packages opening, I'm like, what is it? We are always excited for the new stuff, right? A little bit of foam tape on that. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put this together. The first thing I'm going to start with is my little heart. And you have pictures. You'll notice I moved the hearts around if you want to do that, but regular liquid. And I did like I think all of them are on an angle of some kind. The Love You a latte. Super cute. Always appropriate, because if you love coffee, you're always going to love coffee. Or if you love chai, you're always going to love chai, right? All right, here we go. And you can see, I'll put 6 pieces of bling on this one card. They pop and they're beautiful, and I like them so much. And I'm going to put 6 on the next one. Right on top there, it fits perfectly in that stitching. That was a gift. This one's going to go on and off. So the part with the foam tape is going to hang below that yellow piece that already has foam tape on it. There we go. Just going to hold that for a second, let it sit. Grab our bling. I might finally be ready. No, I'm going to make this last card. It's like I might be finally ready to open the new pack, but let's see if I am. One big, a medium, and a small. And then there's a medium and a small on an angle at the top. I think I just, let's see, I thought I popped one off. There we go. And then another small over on the side of the heart. You can move them around. See where you like them. There we go. Okay, so it's that easy to make these cards. You're going to repeat this process for all 8 cards. Change up your colors. They don't have to match. Do all the things, all right? For my coloring, I stuck with I grabbed my marker chart and I said, what looks like it looks good next to this paper? And there's so many colors in the paper that they just work. And if you're using the Spectrum Noir markers, you know that if it's slightly off color, you can just add a little bit and get the blend. So you're going to make 2 of each of these cards. And the only thing I wanted to go over is the dimension. So this hangs off anytime it's touching. This part is touching here and that's hanging off. That's foam taped underneath like that. So if they're hanging off, they have some foam tape. This has foam tape. This has foam tape. So for this one, for example, no foam tape here to bring it up to that level. Same here, no foam tape, bringing it up to the level. And our lemons, now this one, no foam tape. And then this one is on foam tape. This is the only change. And then all of them have the same hearts. They have a scattering of bling, and all of the sentiments are on foam tape. And in no time, you will have created all of your cards. I hope you have fun with this collection. I'm already missing cards because I came into the video with 8 and I hid them from myself. Here we go. Okay. It's a big video day here. And in no time, you are going to have all of your gorgeous fun cards. I do wish that I had played a little bit more with my colors. That's why I kind of did it in this video a little bit. And I plan on doing that with the set that I'm going to make now. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun adding and changing my colors. I might even try to do some brown craft cups on my next Love You Latte card. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video and for helping me celebrate 2025 National Scrapbooking Day. It is something that is near and dear to my heart. It is a big part of my life, and I feel that it brings such joy and happiness into my life, and so do all of you for letting me share it with you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help me out here in the YouTube community. And if you have any questions, if you're just curious about what the Creating With You gang does, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back with you. Have a wonderful crafty day, everybody. Bye-bye.